Booktube, Chelsea, the Reading Outlaw, here to do another Sexy Saturdays for you guys. I know it's been forever. Remember when I was talking about making this a monthly series? Good times. But, you know, not used to dwelling on the past. We're here, got some great books to tell you guys about. So, yeah, this is Sexy Saturdays. If this is your first time dropping by, this is a very spontaneous Saturday series where I recommend different romance and erotica books that I am reading and have read and enjoyed. Today, I am recommending you guys one big ol' long series by one author, Kit Rocha, who is the kind of pen name for the writing duo Brie and Donna, both of whom I will link down below on Twitter. And they write the Beyond series, which is what we're going to talk about today. The Beyond series is a series of books that I first heard about at the end of November and have literally not stopped reading since then. I started November 25th. By the time this goes up, I will have read every book. So that comes out to about 9 books in about 11, 12 days. So yeah, it was definitely the textbook definition of a binge. So to tell you guys a little bit about it, the Beyond series takes place in a kind of semi-post-apocalyptic environment. I call it semi-post-apocalyptic because the actual apocalypse hasn't happened. It's not like the world has ended, but a number of solar flares basically knocked out power and technology kind of across the globe, or at least across the part of the globe that this story takes place in. And so they're living in, you know, kind of a they call it the flare. And so they're living in a post-flare world, which is kind of this weird reverted hybrid between modernity and classicality, lots of candles, but also like technology that they can hack because there is a power structure within the city that allows certain amenities to continue to exist. The overarching kind of plot of this book of these books involves a centralized city called Eden where the wealthy live and that holds power and continues to have things like electricity and amenities and all of the trappings that come with wealth and privilege. And surrounding that very centralized city are 8 distinct neighborhoods or sectors, each of which was kind of created to provide this centralized city with various amenities. And then after the flares, those amenities also turn into various illicit experiences and substances provided for both one another and also for the centralized city. And so the main story follows the kind of political dynamic and tensions that brew between, essentially, it's class warfare between the haves and the have-nots. All of this takes place, though, under the scope of story of couples engaging in really, really hot erotica. Really hot erotica, you guys. This is like 5-star, 5-alarm, all kinds of fireworks. I love these books so much, you guys. So there are 8 books in the series. Well, 8 novels in the series. And the 9th one comes out this Tuesday on the 13th. So that's why I'm coming to you guys with it now. So you guys can pre-order that one and pick up the first couple of books are free on Kindle. You can get like a bundle of the first 3 novels for free, so you can start reading. It's about to be done, so you guys won't have to be left in cliffhanger for too much longer. But in addition to the 8 novels, there are also 6 novellas, and so the entire collection of the Beyond series tells the story of the O'Kane family, which is a found family, various relationships and people coming together in Sector 4 to share a bond to a centralized leadership, Lex and Dallas. It's very kind of motorcycle club meets like the local bar hangout and fight night meets like the kind of found family you create in times of stress and tragedy. If you guys can't tell, this really appealed to me because I have major found family feels. But there's so much else to these books to dig into. Just to mention, the books, the actual novels, the 8 novels can be read in pretty much any order up until about book 6. After book 6, some plot stuff shifts, and so I think you would really kind of start to be more confused and miss out on stuff if you jumped right in with like number 7. But up till about number 6, you can kind of read them in pretty much any order. They offer various access points into the same world, and because you're in this group of immediate people, there is a lot of overlap between characters. So you will see the same people continuing to reoccur, which is really nice. I really, really like romance books and just books in general that are intertwined, but not necessarily required to read in the same order. However, the novellas take place between specific books and should be read between those books because they contain like relationship spoilers, if that's a thing, or they just don't really provide a lot of like plot, background, character context. So if you don't know who any of these people are, like, I mean, you could still read it, it would still be hot, but you would definitely be missing out on like some plot elements that are important to get to. But the power of these books lies in the way that they frame their relationships, and each relationship, while different, carries a lot of the same tenets, and that these are stories about powerful women realizing their power and the men in their lives coming to terms with the power that they have and kind of figuring out how to negotiate a relationship when the power dynamics are on a far more equal footing. And I loved it. These books are full of my personal brand of feminism, the feminism that I get behind, which is essentially the feminism that says that a woman, any person should have the power to choose the life and the destiny that they want, as long as it does not harm another person. Whether for a woman that is being a bouncer or a cook or a prostitute or a mother or a businesswoman or any of the various choices that all people have when it comes to determining their future, and they should be able to choose it without judgment. And that's what this book gets at. That's the kind of feminine and femininity that this book constructs. And then alongside that gets into the relationship dynamics of how to kind of adjust in a world where those gender dynamics are no longer the imbalanced gender dynamics that we currently live in. So they are optimistic, they're hopeful, they're rooted in realism. The background in which they take place, that kind of semi-post-apocalyptic background, gives the book a very realistic feeling to me, but at the same time allows for this kind of hopeful exploration of what the future could be in terms of power balances. So that kind of talks a little bit about the plot and a little bit about what these books are about. To talk specifically about the Sexy Saturdays aspect of things, the thing that got me to pick up these books when I saw Brie, one of the writers, talking about them on Twitter, the thing that made me buy the super bundle was that these were erotica books starring largely people of color. There are very clear people of Hispanic heritage denoted, and lots of other people who are just described as having darker skin tones. There's lots of not white people in these books of both genders. In addition to that, there are lots of different couple pairings and relationship dynamics that I don't see often and just absolutely love. If you guys have been following me recently, you will have heard me talk about my love for OT3s or polyamorous relationships. This book series features a couple different styles of those: bisexual romances, multi-partner romances, in addition to heterosexual and homosexual pairings. It's just so good. The sex scenes are so hot, and there are so many of them that there will be something for you in this book. Maybe not everything in this book will be for you, but there will be something in this book that gets your rocks off. I loved these books. I am actually really sad that I finished the last one and still have to wait till Wednesday. Like, I'm so used to just like hopping right into the next one because I had so many books to read that now that it's over, I'm sad. And now that this is the last book, I'm extra sad. But luckily, Kit Rocha has another series coming out in 2017 that takes place in the same world. It doesn't focus on the same sectors, but we've been promised that we'll see some character overlap, and I don't even care. I'm here for literally everything Kit Rocha publishes from here on out. Auto buy, and like immediately I have convinced so many people, and by convinced I mean pestered and badgered so many people into reading these books that I just can't get enough. And they are just absolutely amazing reads. So please let me know down below if you've read them, if you're planning on picking them up now. If you do read them, come back and let me know what you think. I'm always here to talk books with you guys all over social media, all of which will be in the down bar. I'm hopefully going to be coming back to you guys with another Sexy Saturday soon, getting heavier into romance as one of my reading plans for 2017. You can also come back next week and I will be talking more about my 2017 reading goals. But yeah, until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Happy reading.